And we are live.
Hello, everybody. We are back again after a very long time of being gone. I am Chris,
And I'm Edison.
and this is Tanks and Thanks. In fact, we are back, by the way. But I was just mentioning to Edison that I live on the fundamentals of B-roll. You can never have too much footage. That is
Oh,
that
yeah.
is the goal in life.
All the
So
bees.
all the bees.
All the bee rolls.
Yeah, and so my boss, currently the director of education for the Idaho Falls Zoo, she is in charge of social media technically. Like that's under her umbrella of the education department. And I asked her, I was like, okay, let's write some scripts for us to do because we have a media conglomerate that we work through that is supposed to uphold their contract, right? And film and do social media stuff. And
Oh, well, it's just. It, oh, can you hear me? Oh, oh, you're back. Excuse you? I didn't leave the room. You had the social media conglomerate. Oh, it's not coming on. Oh boy. Why isn't OBS showing you? Maybe because I don't know. I don't know. Are you maybe you're not added to the scene? I don't know. Here, let's try. Oh, it says we're live. OBS is still streaming, and I'm here. Huh. Yes, this is just me. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but yeah, I just wanted to see if that would help. But it's just me now, still. Um, what is on that? Yeah, it should be the room, and you should be in the room. That seems kind of unnecessary. Here, let me try restarting OBS.
all right,
We're back.
we are back. I am so sorry, everybody. Um, anyway, from what I was saying earlier, we have a conglomerate that we go through that does video editing and video capture on big cinema red magic, video cameras. And they haven't been doing what they need to do because we haven't been giving them the things that they need, aka ideas and scripts for different social media stuff. And so I'm writing those, and for someone whose job it is to know about social media and video editing and just that kind of realm of the universe, it was shocking to me to find out my boss knows nothing about what A roll, B roll, or C roll footage is.
To be honest, I don't know what Z-roll footage is, but I know what A-roll, B-roll is.
C roll, think of the one scene from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire where they're convicting Barty Crouch Jr.
It's been too long.
How dare you? That was so plain as day. That was like
Yeah, I'm sorry.
you're looking in on a scene, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, A-roll, B-roll. I get that.
Anyway, no. So my life has been good. It's been difficult, but it's been fairly good for the most part. In the way of tank stuff, my aquariums actually haven't changed a single bit. Except my fish are now scared because I have a flame point Siamese cat, and he is absolutely loving all types of fish tanks, as all Siamese cats would. And so they are a bundle of joy as always. Um, and for those that might be watching us live for the first time, because you're one of the like 120 brand new subscribers that we got over the last like month and a half, welcome. Hi. This is what we usually do. We haven't been doing it in the past recently because of reasons, but they are here because of an orange kitten called Poppy, or Faroche if you are me. And she is amazing and beautiful and great. And we found her in the hay barn at work, and she is so cool. But
so the cat distribution system worked.
Yes, it did. And it was so weird because we picked up a stray 2 days prior, and his owners came and picked him up. And I was like, okay, now I have to get a cat. You know, it's going to have to happen soon, right? And then 2 days later, they were like, Chris, there's a stray kitten inside the hay barn. You have to go take it home. And I'm like, okay.
I guess I have a cat now. Oh, no, it left.
No!
Yeah, I don't know, man. No, you left me. Oh, now you're back.
Okay.
Here we go.
Why don't you tell me about your week?
My week.
Or I guess since we have been off air for about a month.
Since we've been off air for about a month. So I've been learning a lot about salty stuff, which has been kind of fun.
Celestial tanks.
Yes, the celestial tank here, my 55. It's been an adventure. That's what I can sum it up in. Saltwater it's fun, but I've also made some mistakes, like nuking the whole thing because I made a beginning blunder where I didn't even. So I did like 3 things wrong, all in one go that all ended up kind of killing all my fish. Which was fun. So basically, first thing was I decided I was going to do a big water change. That's a big no-no with salt.
Yep.
Second was I decided I was going to use my tap water, which is also kind of a big no-no with salt. But the third, I forgot that I was using the hose water and it has chlorine in it. So I dumped that in there and nuked the whole thing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. We live and we learn.
Yeah, but now everybody's doing really good. I had one anemone survive, and that was it. His name is Rasputin.
Thought you were gonna call him Lucky.
Yeah, so he's Rasputin.
I would like to take a moment of silence right now for all of the pet store anemones that will eventually die because it's the first saltwater tank of the owner that they went to.
Yeah, there's some pretty condylactus anemones that I'm really tempted to get at work, and they're only like $20 because they don't host clownfish.
Just get upside down jellies. Just Ooh. your whole life, your whole life, just do upside down jellyfish. They're the same thing as anemones, except they move.
Except they move sometimes. Well, anemones move too.
Okay, kind of. Okay. Technically.
Like my bubble tips, like the one that survived the nuking the tank has moved so much. Like homie just wanders sometimes. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh yeah. He's like, this is my space now.
He's like, I want to be here. No, actually, I want to be here. No, here. And then I lose him once or twice because I'm like, where'd he go? And then he was like hiding in a rock.
One of the things that I don't think we've ever touched on. Well, we've kind of like talked about it a little bit, but a really good beginner fish for a lot of saltwater tanks is mollies, and a lot of people don't know that. But mollies make the perfect beginner fish for saltwater tanks.
Exactly. And even with like advanced tanks, if you have like a hair algae problem, mollies can even help with that because they like to eat algae.
Oh yeah, they also love red hair algae too, so it's
So
really
I'm
good.
like tempted to get a couple mollies.
Unfortunately, my shrimp tank, your Java moss has exploded into just a giant moss heap. I'll have to send you a photo later, but all of my shrimplets love it, and I'd
Oh,
love to get it eaten by
that's awesome.
mollies, but also the mollies would just eat all the shrimplets, so it's not very advantageous for me.
Yeah. No, it was really funny because I was talking to a guy at work. Back to the mollies. It's like there was a guy that came into work and he was like, "I got a saltwater tank. I have an algae problem." And he's like, and we somehow sold out all of our
Filer fish.
lawnmower blennies,
Oh yeah, those two.
and we didn't have anything that would eat like hair algae except for it because we hadn't gotten our shipment yet. And I was like, "Actually, you want a weird idea?" And he's like, "What?" So I sold him like 3 Dalmatian mollies because they're, and from what I understand, they're even reef safe too.
Mm-hmm. They don't eat any corals or anything like that, and that's just because they, in natural habitat, they stay upstream of all coral reefs, right? And if they come in contact with them, they don't mess with them because they know that that's where all the big fish are, and that's where they go to
They're
die.
just like,
So,
ha, no.
yeah, exactly. Makes it really strugglesome if you ever have a reef tank that's like multi, like layered, so like multiple different wall settings, multiple different like caverns, because your mollies, they'll end up either going straight for like the corner that has nothing in it, or they'll actually lean against the glass basically because they're scared, to death that they're about to get eaten by anything that's inside the reef system.
Yeah, but I have like a Fowler, so they don't even, so they wouldn't even see like. I have, well, it's
Mm,
it's it's a glorified Fowler because I got NEMs, but
yeah, it's a glorified fowler. I like that. That's a great term. Um, Other than the biggest shocking news, I don't know if we didn't do an outline, did we? Did we?
no, I
I
don't
can't
think we did.
remember. Okay,
We
so
forgot.
I do want to touch on one big sciencey thing that we didn't touch on earlier, but obviously we've been off the air for a while, and it's been proven. Stingray did not have um, babies without male.
No shark babies.
Stingray, no. Stingray had a type of ovarian cancer,
Oh,
and they lied about it to get the publicity.
was this like the
I
IHOB?
can't, I can't make this up.
Yeah, IHOB kind of thing.
Yeah, that thing still makes me mad. By the way, the
Oh
IHOB.
yeah, oh
You
yeah.
don't make good burgers there. What the heck are you doing?
They're fairly decent, but I'd still prefer Wendy's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far. Anyway, so the aquarium is it's under kind of hot water just because they decided to, not speak honest truth, and sure, it got them a lot of publicity, but look where it landed them.
Yep, now everybody's mad at him.
You know what has the same energy when someone lies about like their terminally illness on Make a Wish, right? So same energy. They're waiting for you to hand in the death certificate, basically. Yes,
Yeah.
can't change my mind on that. Um, I don't know if there's any other newsworthy things that I think I have run into over the last little bit. Other than we have another host, because Kyle has decided to become elderly and not work on Monday nights because we had to move things around. Which, by the way, and now I guess in retrospect, we could actually have him back on and switch back to Fridays because Edison was the only sore thumb there. So,
I was special.
but he also went back to touring again on Fridays. So we'd have to convince him to stop singing for a living. And
Bruh,
it wouldn't take,
following your dream.
It wouldn't take very much, right? But for those that don't know, Kyle is a gifted musician and a singer, and he plays bars basically on Friday nights, and he makes good money doing so.
Nah, he belts bars, man.
Well, yeah, sure, totally, yep, yeah, belts bars. I can't even. Anyway, outside of that, our new co-host, her name is Megan, right? Is that, am I pronouncing Megan? Is it just Megan and I'm being an idiot?
Yeah.
Okay. And Edison, how did you come across Megan?
Actually through work. She come in pretty often, and I was like, wait a minute. Ideas.
Things.
I was like, hey.
Times.
Yeah, it just kind of hit me one time. I was just like, wait a minute. She's been in here pretty often. I should just ask her if she wants to join us.
Yeah.
And then we have somebody else.
And then there was 3.
But
and
yeah.
if we can convince her to work on a Friday, as well as Kyle and you, there'd be 4 of us. That'd be a party and a half. You know,
that'd be a whole podcast.
Yeah, it'd be almost worthwhile watching or something. Outside of that, I am still looking for jobs. I've actually, so against my better judgment and better will, I have applied to 9 different Aquarius positions across the United States. Well, I say across. All within like a little section of the Midwest. Because I don't want to live anywhere else. So basically Eastern Pennsylvania, all of Ohio, maybe a little bit of Indiana, and a little bit of Michigan. And that's it. And you'd say, wow, that seems like a lot of places for just a small amount of space. It is. But, you know.
Just as long as you didn't apply to a Sequest, I won't shame you.
No, I didn't. I did apply actually for the Columbus Zoo and the Toledo Zoo and the Akron Zoo because they're hiring for freshwater keepers for all of their mammals and rays that they have at all 3 of those places.
Very cool.
It'll be fun. But to those that don't know, you work in a zoo or the zoo universe. Jobs are very hard to come by. And when they do happen, you have to cut the throat of every single person below you. So
it is very competitive.
Extremely competitive. And so, you know, I'm just holding on for dear life. My position ends on September the 8th. So the position at the Idaho Falls Zoo that I do, it's seasonal educator and social media intern. And I was given a grant for that amount of time, basically. And so on September the 8th, I have to say sayonara, bye-bye. But until I find a better job, I've actually been doing freelance video editing. So, and it's been fun. It hasn't been rewarding, but it's been fun. I'll put it that way. But
no, I totally get that.
Anywho, our big discussion. We were going to do a deep sea topic, but I don't think we are going to do that because I don't want Megan to miss out on it. And it sounds like it'd be too much fun.
It would be. And we should probably get Megan in on that one. So we should.
Yeah. And if she's watching right now, please, Megan, please. But what questions? What's our big topic? Do you think? Oh, I have a big topic. I
Oh
have a
boy. Oh
definite
boy.
big topic. Okay. What is the what are the biggest things that you have learned transitioning from a freshwater only keeper to now a saltwater keeper or a saltwater owner, right?
Hmm. Um, getting into saltwater, unless you plan to keep like saltwater is basically just if you're just going to keep fish, it's one more parameter than freshwater, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
What if you want a good looking saltwater tank instead of just, a fish?
then there's things like live rock, and you can actually there are people who will just use live rock as filtration, which is pretty cool. You want to understock uh, saltwater because obviously they're a lot more sensitive to ammonia, but um, everything is semi-aggressive. Everything is territorial, and it's just kind of one of those things where it's like you just have to kind of be a lot more careful with your stocking. Um, but also lighting is important if you're going to get into invertebrates in the saltwater world. In fact, I've noticed my lights tend to keep my fish more calm, um, in the sense that they are a whole lot less skittish. They are a whole lot less annoyed with each other if I have like the blue light on, which which is kind
I
of cool.
mean, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm still learning a lot about saltwater, like salty.
Yeah, salty things. Yes, yes, of course, yes.
And one thing that I realized was that like even like for freshwater tap water, if you're using it doesn't quite matter too much on the salinity if you're using soft water or hard water, just because we're talking salinity is measured in parts per thousand, where hardness is measured in parts per million, and it's getting swapped out for sodium ions, so it's still in parts per million of sodium.
Parts per trillion, sir.
Parts per million.
Parts per trillion for salt content.
Parts per
PPT.
Yeah, parts per thousand, not million.
That's trillion.
No,
Yes.
no, that would be
Yes.
like no salt.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah,
Like
you're right.
parts per trillion would be like acceptable, like I don't even know.
I
Parts per
just
trillion is
realized, by the
tiny.
way, I don't think we ever went live on YouTube.
It says we did. I
Oh,
checked. I checked.
maybe I will be pleasantly surprised then when I come back.
Oh, it looks like we are live on YouTube still. I double checked.
Okay, we are live. Hello. Has anybody ever commented on us yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything, but no, I think I'm the only viewer on my phone.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh well. Um.
Oh, whale.
Oh well. Also, phosphates are another thing that you have to keep an eye on. But
Those are
they
fun.
they aren't as bad if you can manage your water changes, and again, they aren't as important if you aren't keeping corals.
And also, along with that, phosphates really spike when you have a lot of excess blue light. And, well, actually, just a lot of excess light in general, right? And so,
Really, because I've noticed the opposite. My lights got brighter and more algae grew, so it ate more phosphates.
that's so that's what I'm trying to say, sir,
Oh, sorry.
is that if you uh don't keep up the lighting regimen, it does tank your tank just a little bit though. Not to the extent, obviously, as you would just shut off all your lights, but I have actually shut off the lights downstairs on my tank for about a month now because Blackbeard algae started appearing out of the wazoo because it has blue and white heat lights because it's a saltwater um, light. And
Oh.
so it's very easy to go overboard In fact, I'm actually am considering to get some mollies to see if I can fix that. So, but anyway,
Yeah, no, I'm tempted to get some mollies, but I'm kind of like near stock at my tank too, probably.
just get like 2 males
2 males.
and see what happens.
See what happens. I've heard that mollies can even breed in salt water,
Yep, they can.
considering,
That's so weird to me. As a live bearing fish, where as a baby, where do you go?
you just
In a delta.
live.
You live 2 seconds and then you're dead. You're gone.
No, you just exist.
I see it. I see it. I see the
They're mollies. They just do their thing. They're live bearers. You can't kill them.
why would you want to kill fish? Edison, should we be talking about this? You work at Petco. I'm going to tell your boss.
Do it.
He recommended to me he would kill fish.
No, the fish kill themselves
That's
because
true.
fish eats fish.
Fish does eat fish.
Dude, today there was like a golden wonder killifish that had eaten a smaller one. And it was like too big for it to fit in its mouth, and it was still trying anyway. So there's just like this guy with his like mouth stuck open, and there's like another one sticking out, and it was
That's so great. That is so great.
it was funny, but like also kind of sad, but really funny because it's like you just tried to eat this guy, killed him, and now you're probably gonna die because you can't swallow it.
Yeah, yeah. This is the end of your life because you were stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bit off more than you could chew, literally.
In
And
in the killiefish's defense, I've seen a lot of people die because of stupidity before. So,
well, there's a reason why Darwin Awards exist.
true. That is true. Um,
Oh, did you get your clownfish yet?
no, she decided that she was going to attempt to take him to Florida with
Oh.
her.
Interesting.
I wished her the best of luck with that because she was driving.
Well, if it's a single clownfish, it's probably a her, not a him.
It's a him. His name was Simba.
Simba. Well, if you want to get technical, from what I understand about clownfish, the most dominant one becomes a female, and if it's alone, it's
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like the bot. It would be a female because it wouldn't be wanting to be alone and it would commit suicide or something like that if it was a male.
No, if it
So,
was
yeah.
alone, it was going to be a female.
Yeah, that is true.
Unless
I have to text that to her at one point just to throw it into the wrench and just be like, "Hey,
so it
did
turns
you
out
know?"
your fish is a female.
Yeah. It's the biggest reaction I've ever gotten to a cat ever is the one that I got from the hay barn because it is an orange cat that's a female. People are like, "Oh man, that's so rare. That's so crazy." It's 1 out of every 5. 1 out of every 5 cat is a female. It is not that rare. It is not that crazy. Why are you guys making such a big deal about this?
Besides, it's an orange cat. That's more indicative of what it's going to be like solid
Sharing
orange.
brain, yeah. It's a Garfield cat. You know,
Yeah, it's the orange cat behaviors. It's like
I'm excited for it to share the brain cell of all other orange cats.
right.
I also do have a follow-up though. So on their last episode or the episode prior to that, I think it was the last episode with Kyle, I asked you guys, how would you go about planting those lily bulbs, the dwarf red tiger lilies? They are both dead. Like the bulbs themselves are just gone. They're a figment of my imagination now. They're in there. I just have to remove them still.
Did it go stank?
They did go stankin', so I have to like will myself to actually go in there and go grab them.
Yeah, so I got those beta bulbs because I was curious myself.
Mhm.
Um, it took months, and my fish ate most of them. But one of them did sprout.
What?
Yes,
That is insane.
right.
How? So what is that? How many bulbs? How many bulbs were in the little the pack
Well,
that
so
you
there's
bought?
there's a pack of 3. There were 6 of them that I ended up buying because I was like, may as well give it a fair run.
Okay.
So I get 6. The fish ate 5, and then 1 survived.
Okay. So now we add the 6 plus the 2 that I have that didn't sprout at all and died on it.
So 1
Died
ate.
here. 1 out of every 8. That's a win, technically. I would say it's in the eyes of the federal government. That was okay.
I thought it was. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke.
No, do not. I know where you were going, and please, please don't.
Yeah, no, you probably. I don't know if you know where I was going, but
Actually, why not? Nobody's listening.
sure. I was gonna say 3/5 was pretty good for the federal government. I don't know if that's where you thought I was going, but
No, I thought you were going to talk about how the prison sentences for Donald Trump currently served is 0 out of 34.
nah, 3/5.
3/5, yeah. I mean, that's close enough. But anyway,
Anyway,
do we have anything else that we would like to talk about tonight before we?
yes. Make sure you
Oh,
have woodworking supplies on hand. Of all things,
oh
if you're gonna
yeah,
keep
I
a big
forgot.
tank,
Yeah, yeah.
let me upload a picture really quick here. So that I can share this with you, so you can see the absurdity that is this part of my saltwater adventure.
Well, while he's doing that, because I'm pretty sure he wants to get it into OBS, so that way everybody can see it instead
Oh
of just sharing it with the teacher. Um,
yeah.
the the fact is if you get a big tank, especially a 55, 65, 75 gallon tank, um, braces do a very specific job in those tanks.
Yeah, let me
More specifically, braces are actually used to stop the front glass from curving or the side glasses from curving too much to the point where they snap.
Right. So here we go. Here we go. Let me share this. So I was looking at my fish tank the other day, and I noticed this.
Mm, mhm,
Hmm. Yeah, it had given way, like all the way. Like
mhm.
that's a 3/4 gap. I measured it because, yeah, it was scary. So I was like flying down the road to Home Depot so I could get a clamp to fix it, so that I could actually
Do you
sleep.
have a photo of this fix so that
Yes,
way people can see?
here's my fix.
Yes, that is exactly what I expected it to look like.
Yep, that's the temp fix, but I'm still figuring out what I want to do for the full fix. Do I just like actually try and fix the brace, or do I just buy a bigger tank?
That is a dead tank, sir. That's a time bomb specifically, sir. So I would just say I'm going to cut my losses and get a bigger tank.
So funny story about.
Technically speaking, a 65 tall or a 75 tall could fit on the same stand as a 55.
Oh yeah, I would get a 75 if I could, but you know, moving everything is gonna be a pain in my rear
Mm, hmm.
because I've had to move that tank about 3 times now.
For shame.
Because I move it in, I get it all the
Hmm.
way down, right? Get it all the way down here because we're in the basement, and the only way to do it is down the hill. Um, because there's no way you're getting a tank with water down the stairwell. And it went down the hill, and we made it without killing anybody, surprisingly. And
For
then
shame.
I decided I wanted to sleep at night, so I got a better stand than the one that I got with it. And so I had to move it onto the stand. Oh, so it's only been twice that I moved the tank.
Liar.
Sorry. So that would be the third time that I'd have to move it.
But yeah, obviously here we care all about the scientific facts and all of the truth.
So I've been thinking like I could try and repair the tank. Or I could just talk the wife into letting me get a 75.
I would talk her into it. Be like, hey, these are a good reason why having a 75 reef tank could improve your life. And then just list just normal reasons of having a regular fish tank, but don't tell her that, right? Just be like, you know, piece of ecosystem inside of our house. And then at the very end, you could say something to the extent of, oh, and it'd be easier to, do the maintenance on because it would be less water change. It would be like less the amount of water changes and more of like, more stability and less dosing, and it'd be cost effective. I'm already heating up a 55. A 75 is not going to be that different. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, and then I already have like the lighting for it and everything.
Yeah,
I could just
see,
reuse the lights. But yeah, though, so if I do change out the,
it is.
If I do change out the tank, then everything that I've had, that the set that I bought, I'd had to have had replaced. Because I bought the filter with it, and that decided it was going to just give up the ghost and like leak everywhere,
Die,
which was fun. So I bought a new filter.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a new filter, and then I had to. That was fun because I had to hot swap a filter because I was like, I can't leave this thing leaking. So I had to just pull my hob off my 55 fresh, and then just like grab some filter media out of the canister and shove it in there. So I'm like, there's no way.
Okay.
But I tested it for the next couple days and there was no ammonia. So I was like, all right, we did it.
It worked. Something happened.
It
did a thing.
Nobody died. Everybody was happy. It was all good, man.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's either repair the tank.
All right.
Or buy a new tank. And Petco's having half off sale on those 75, man.
Buy new tank.
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 Gotta convince the wife.
Especially if I'm moving across country, I am not buying any new tanks right now. I have I have a 29-gallon empty sitting downstairs on a stand in my kitchen with just random junk in it. That was going to be for the clownfish.
Oh.
But the clownfish, like I said, didn't happen. So,
well, you could still get a clownfish for it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
No, I can't.
The saltwater is really fun though, and you could have like a Clarky pair with like a bubble tip.
I would literally have it for basically 3 months, and then it would be gone because I have to move.
Fair.
Especially if I'm planning on moving, right? So.
Yeah, and where I'm probably leaving my job, I probably don't want to buy a new tank because I'm a broke brother.
Can't financially support a saltwater tank when most people who are in their 40s can't do that.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go for the Home Depot fix of the tank, and then just kind of hope that holds. Because I think
I like it. That's what I would do.
In my mind, I think the thing that I'm more worried about is the silicon giving away on the sides where it's bowing against, rather than the glass giving way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the biggest occurrence is the top will start bowing out, right? And then at the very corners, it'll start tearing. and then by the time it tears a little bit, it just
Yep. So it'll just.
yep.
Because when it gives, it gives. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Where I'm like, I'm just gonna leave the clamp on there for now until I have something fabricated. Because I have experience in construction, I have an idea. So I'm just gonna use some strut to brace the edges, and then just use some all thread across, because that stuff can hold hundreds of pounds of because it can hold my fat butt, and I've tested this before. So I'm like, it can hold my tank together, hopefully indefinitely.
I like it. That'll be fun.
Because mostly I'm just worried about the silicon. I don't. If the glass bows, that's it. But it's like, if it's bowing on the silicone, it's gonna keep pulling it.
I definitely feel you there. So
yeah, keep woodworking tools.
TLDR, you know.
Yeah. So you can sleep at night.
So you can sleep at night.
Because I was like, there's no way I would be able to sleep with that thing like being a time bomb.
Seen too many videos of it, surprisingly.
Yeah, somebody's like, I don't like this brace. It's kind of gross. Takes it out.
No. Yeah, it takes it out, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night,
sploosh.
Sploosh.
Yeah, that would be a big sploosh.
All right, well, I think we are running out of time, especially because I have to get up early again tomorrow. And we didn't have an outline.
That was me.
Yeah, that was totally you. It's okay though. When we come back next week, hopefully we will have one, and hopefully we will have a Megan, and if not, we'll figure something out. But until next week, I am Chris.
And I'm Edison.
And this is Tanks and Thanks. Thanks for watching, guys.